Back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. My name's Connor Williams, and we're back with another one of our end of season player reviews, and it is on none other than Abdoulaye Doucoure. A player who has had not his own fault, but a very zero to hero season, hasn't he? Obviously froze out in the early half of the season by Frank Lampard, who for whatever reason just didn't rate him. I think part of that is down to what Lampard thought his style was as well. But from doing that to coming back to having a good effect on the game and scoring ultimately the winning goal to keep us in the Premier League. And it was a fantastic goal as well. And he obviously got a couple more goals towards the end under Sean Dyche as well. He started 17 games, subbed on for 8, played 1,529 minutes. Got 6 yellow cards, 5 goals, an XG of 2.4. So really overperforming there. Really, really good return from 2.4 XG. 4 of his goals inside the box, 1 of his goals outside the box. We know which one that is. Goals via header, 2. Goals on his right foot, 3. Shots on target, 8. Shots off target, 7. 2 assists, 22 chances created, 530 total passes, 30 dribbles attempted, 19 of them successful. 31 tackles attempted, 20 of them successful. Clearances 10 and interceptions 13. We'll go into a bit more detail now on Abdoulaye Doucoure's season. Obviously playing very, very well in the Forest game. Obviously in the Bournemouth game, he got goals against Forest, got an assist against Brentford, got a goal against Chelsea. And then also enjoyed that Brighton game, getting 2 goals there as well, which is fantastic. So yeah, goals per game, 0.2. Shots per game, 0.8. Shots on target per game, 0.3. 2 big chances missed, a 25% goal conversion. All 4 of his goals coming inside the box, that one outside the box. Assists 2. And expected assists 1.38, so again overperforming there as well as his XG. 30.4 touches, big chances created 3, 0.9 key passes, 17.1 accurate passes per game, which is about average of 80% pass accuracy a game. Interceptions per game 0.5, tackles per game 1.2, possession 1 0.3, dribbled pass per game 1, clearances per game 0.4. Errors that led to a shot, none. Errors that led to goal, 0. Penalties committed, 1. Successful dribbles, 0.8, which is about 63%. Wins most of his total duels. Lost possession, 6.8 times. Gave away 0.8 fouls. Was fouled 0.2 times. Interestingly, no penalties taken for him, so there's no point looking at his penalty conversion. Looking at his heat map, covers every blade of grass, really does cover that pitch well. Really, really great midfielder, Abdoulaye Doucoure. We knew that anyway, though. There was one thing we knew about him, is that he covers the field very well. He's got legs, he's got great stamina. According to FBref, this is the players that are similar to him due to the percentiles they're in. Got Jacob Ramsey from Aston Villa, Jadon Anthony from Bournemouth, Marcus Tavernier from Bournemouth, Philip Billing from Bournemouth, Josh Da Silva from Brentford, John McGinn and Emi Buendia from Aston Villa, Dwight McNeil from Everton, Joe Willock from Newcastle and Mason Mount from Chelsea. Looking at his percentile, non-penalty goals, 0.29 per 90, which is in the top 94 percentile. Then you go down to his expected assists and goals, 0.13, which is in the 66th percentile. Successful take-ons, 1.17 per 90, which puts him in the 74 percentile, which is decent showing as well. He's got a lot of high percentile for shots, goals as well. Just fantastic player this season. We always knew he was a good player, but I don't think we've seen him, or maybe in the early days of Benitez, but I don't think we've seen him in this advanced position often. I think Benitez tried it for the first couple of months. Sean Dyche obviously come in, played that 4-2-3-1 with him being the more advanced centre mid slash cam, really, number 10, just a bit lower, but has the freedom to run up. And he's starting to show as well that he can do that with the goals he's getting. His strengths, finishing, very, very strong. He's got a good finish on him. His XG proves that he's finishing tough chances. Defensive contributions, very strong as well. He does manage to cover the blades of grass, manages to get back and stuff. Passing is sometimes can be hit and miss. That is one weakness of Abdoulaye Doucoure's. The other discipline, the red card, the sending off against Harry Kane. I know fans will be saying Harry Kane made a meal of it, and he did. But still, you know, it's a silly thing to have done, putting himself in that position. He'd go to touch anywhere near the face, and players will do that nowadays. He just lost his head. He likes to play short passes and likes to dribble. Like I said, this is a player that was excommunicated from the Everton squad under Frank Lampard, and then managed to come all the way back, which is fantastic to see. Looking at him this season, he played a couple of games early on in the season. He played in that Chelsea defeat and the defeats to Villa. He played 9 minutes in the West Ham win. And then overall, there's a lot of sparse use of him, only playing when needed, sort of thing. And then once Sean Dyche came in, his minutes improved. He started getting 90. I think the lowest amount of minutes he's played under Sean Dyche is actually 58 for the sending off, and then 78 in the Arsenal 4-0 beating. Other than that, Sean Dyche has played him for pretty much the full 90, which is really, really good. So yeah, Abdoulaye Doucoure, fantastic. Really interesting to see him in this role. Obviously was looking like he might be leaving because it was the last season of his contract. He's probably earned a new contract, and he got his new contract, but he probably earned it. All in all, got it before the final game. Myself and a couple of fans were a bit worried because he's one of the higher earners, potentially could have gone down. Abdoulaye Doucoure pulls that volley out of his pocket to make sure we don't go down, and his contract is all but cushy. So yeah, fantastic season for Abdoulaye Doucoure, or second half of the season. Overall rating, obviously, got to take into account the lack of ability in the first half. You know, he came on as a sub for quite a lot of it. I'm going to give that has to be taken into account, but again, manager not using him properly. I'm going to give Abdoulaye Doucoure personally for this season, and a lot of this is on the back end of the season because it's reactionary. But also, I think because we've seen what happens when a manager pays faith in him, I'm going to give Doucoure a 7 out of 10. Really, really good season. One of the few Everton players that gets a higher rating. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for Abdoulaye Doucoure. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and comment down below your thoughts on Abdoulaye Doucoure's season. Do you agree with my rating? Do you disagree? Let me know down below. I'll see you guys very soon. Stay safe.